Great afternoon. As I'm waiting for the next Trump rally, I went to go register to vote today. I called the, I can't remember her specific title. Her name's Amanda, but she's part of the commissioner of poll voting, etc. I went there today. I came with my official document. Because I'm in a strange land right now. Came with my official document. It's a court document. As you can see, it says,
Megan, I like the way you think, and with great women like you in the movement, how could President Trump not succeed? He is truly the commander-in-chief of peace through strength.
It says court original.
Policy like the Abraham Accords. And let's think about today's
Right
job
there.
numbers.
It says this piece of paper should not be falsified.
New jobs to the economy. Only 12,000 have been created.
Yeah.
And
So this is an original. You can't falsify it or try to.
Pile of nonsense.
Basically, it says if you falsify that piece of paper,
And Larry Kudlow, the great economic
it's a big problem.
guru, who served
And
in
I go there.
Trump's first
So I'm talking to
administration.
this lady. Hold on, excuse me. You guys are too loud. Hold on. They're live. They're pumped. They're at the ceremony. So I go to register to vote. I show up. I got my ID, my state ID in hand. Because I called her last week. I said, hey. I didn't say hey. I left her a couple messages, and then she finally called me back. I missed her call, so then I called her back, and then she answered. And I said, I still need to register to vote. And I'm from out of state, but I have a permanent address. I have a resident address here in this location. What do I need to do? She said, all you need is an official document. You can check online what documents we accept, and a state ID. Okay, I show up today. I showed up with my official document and a state ID. And she says, oh, your state ID is from out of state. And I was like, well, excuse me, I didn't know who I was talking to. I told her, I said, hey, she tried to question me for a second, and I told her, I said, well, I looked on my phone real quick, and I was like, well, I just talked to such and such. I already forgot your name. And she told me to come here with this paperwork and this documentation. And she's like, oh, that's me. I'm her. And I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, so what's up? And she's like, she started to say something else. And I was like, you told me you told me on the phone to bring an official document, whether it's a electric bill in my name, a court document. You can check on the website how many different documents you can bring, and a state ID. She started to, I don't know. She said something else. I said, do you need a military ID? And she said, that'll work. So I gave it to her, and then I asked her, and then she asked me after I was done registering. She gave me my document. Voting certificate. This is my registration to vote where I'm at. I said, actually, I'm not here to vote today. I'm going to vote on Tuesday, the day of. I said, I just wanted to know, do you guys need any volunteers? And she says, no, we don't need volunteers, but you can check online, something. And I said, how do you guys do your voting? I was like, is there anyone that is watching and making sure things are doing things right? I don't remember exactly how I asked her, but then what I told her, I said, do you need any volunteers? And she said no, and I said okay. And then I asked her, I said, so do sheriffs collect your ballots? And she said no. And I said, well, that's the law. I said, only a sheriff can collect the ballots and deliver them. And she said, no, we put them in I said, hold on. I said, the boxes are supposed to be sealed. A sheriff is supposed to come and retrieve them and deliver them. And then she said, no, there's the voting commission committee or the voting election committee, and they come and pick them up. And I asked her, I said, do they work for the sheriff? And she said no. And I said, well, the law states the only person that can transport election ballots is the sheriff. And she's like, well, you're gonna have to call the Wisconsin Commission of Voting. And I said, okay, no worries. And then I repeated her name to her, and I said, thank you for your time, it was nice to meet you. But she didn't want me to volunteer, obviously. But I asked her, and then I even asked her. She said, not in Wisconsin. And I said, what? She was like, not here. It was like, over here we get this person to come pick it up, and then they do that. And I said, and then I repeated myself. I forget. This is the part where I forgot. And she was like, the state of Wisconsin. Yeah, I asked her. I said, do you think you guys are I said, so is the state of Wisconsin special? And she said no. And then that's when her whole demeanor changed, and she told me to contact the Wisconsin Board of Elections. What did I say earlier? Something like that. The Wisconsin Collection Committee. The Wisconsin Election Committee, Board of Election Committee. Wisconsin Board of Election Committee. Whoever's in charge of the elections in Wisconsin, they need to make sure that they do their job right. Have a blessed day.